We'll see if we stay up this time around. I think we might be live again. Hey, what's up, Deformed? If you can hear me. Don't know, stream's been having issues. Hey, Altanin. I've been trying to stream for like the past 20 minutes, guys, but it's been like having issues. Hi, Sweet Luck. Wow, everyone's here like instantaneously. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, Desiree, I've lost quite a few animals. If you want me to share stories, or if you'd rather me not share stories, because stories can be sad. How's everybody doing? How are you, El Tannen? How are you, Sweet Luck? And you, Deformed? And also you, Desiree, even though we were kind of talking. Hey, Deformed. There's plenty outside life that is not my stream, and I would much rather you be enjoying and experiencing that. And if you stop by every once in a while to say hi, let me know how you're doing, I'm more than happy with that. So, while I thought I was streaming, but, God, my timer again. So while I thought I was streaming when I actually wasn't, even though I actually was connected but not connected, I changed my decks around a little bit, and that's about it. And that took like 15 minutes, so... Good thing I did that off stream. Kind of. But yeah, I have definitely lost a few animals. Best friends. I mean, family members, really. That's what an animal is. Alright, let's save again before we go in here. So what does the landmark stone do? Differently than what I cannot tell what's going on. Alright, let's figure out what these guys are weak to.
Fire first.
And let's hope it's fire. Alright, it's fire. Just kind of floated away. Yeah, I've had a few dogs. The thing that you have to remember is that eventually everything dies, and it's sad, but you don't lose the time that you had with them. And the only thing that you miss out on by not getting or having another pet, or, you know, getting to know people and everything else, is just that time that you would have with them. So, personally, I think it's worth it. Even though there's going to be pain at some point, there's going to be a lot of love, and there's going to be a lot of happiness and enjoyment and everything else that comes out of it. And you got to take the positives more than anything else. That's easier said than done, sure. But you don't ever want to regret having something like that in your life.
Here.
But yeah, I've definitely had a dog. I get to attack him.
Say cheeseburger. This. Yeah. I am time. Hear my voice.
Yeah, there's no real planning for it. It happens one of two ways. It's something that's sudden, or you get to live through actually seeing them get old and sick and things like that. And I really can't say as to what is the better way to experience it.
Quite a thrill, I must say.
Well, that's what we all want, for sure. I mean... But do you have happy memories? You don't want to lose sight of those. In fact, that's what you want to focus on more than anything. But I think any type of animal, whether it's, you know, dog, cat, bird, guinea pig, they all can be really special. I don't know if there's like a way to get up here. I can't tell what is going on. Apparently my egg turned into a boiled egg. I'm so confused at what's going on here.
Let's begin.
Fire first. Dark flare. You'll be sorry. Magic. Soul flash.
I actually had a, my parents had gotten a dog after telling us that we weren't going to get another dog after my mom's dog had passed away, the one that she had from when she was a kid. And, you just kind of, like, grow to accept the fact that it's like your parents are against you getting something like that, so it's not going to happen. And then... my parents, like, I got in trouble one day for something. My parents sent me to my room, and they, like, took my brothers out to go get something to eat. Like, they were known to do stuff like that, like, you're in trouble, go to bed, and then they, like, do something like that for some reason. It always seemed to happen when I got punished. But this particular time, they came back, and they had a little puppy in their arms. And although it was the family dog and stuff like that, they got it right around my birthday, and I was the one that took care of it, cleaned up after it and everything else. And I went to college, and then I got my own place. And when I got my own place, my girlfriend at the time had a dog that didn't really get along with other dogs, so I would go home and visit Pepper on occasion, things like that, and she'd always be super excited
I'll fight with all that's in me.
for me to come home and things like that. But out of nowhere, my parents just like called me one day, and it was just like,
Light.
oh, we had to, you know, complications, things like that. We had to put her down. And I always felt somewhat guilty for not being there, for one. She became more my dad's dog than anything else. Like, she loved my dad, being close to him and everything else. Always did. But still, I wish I could have been there.
I pity you for bumping into me. Sword style. Shadow Wing.
The word puppy gave you puppy fever. But I have a lot of good memories and stuff like that. I remember how I felt when I first saw her. I remember some of the goofy things that she used to do and things like that. And that's what you have to take with you. And even though I'm not in a position in my life right now to get a dog because I'm not home enough to be able to take care of a dog, and I feel like if you have a puppy, then you need to be home for that dog. You really do. Cats are a little bit different. But a dog you need to be paying attention to a lot.
Extreme attack. Horizontal.
Well, it's part of the responsibility, I guess.
The result of an obvious.
I was there with my ex-girlfriend when we had her dog put to sleep. And not to get into really depressing topics and stuff like that, guys. But in general, I mean, I think it's something that we've all experienced in one way or another, either directly or indirectly. And like, I knew that dog pretty well because I was dating my ex for 7 years. So that wasn't something that was easy for me either. Violet's cute around puppies. Well, I mean... Wait, I can go down? A puppy is definitely a big responsibility, and I would have a hard enough time raising a puppy now, let alone having a kid as well. So, if you have the power and the responsibility to juggle something like that, more power to you. I don't think that I could. That's incredible. I have enough of a hard time balancing my own life, let alone something like that. You just have to make sure that you train them early, just like any animal. Because if you don't, they can learn bad habits. Why is it that I tend to get like all my healing items on one turn? Alright. Wait, why do I have such limited time to attack?
This is for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a good idea. It's very easy to be impulsive when it comes to getting a new pet, because, I mean, you obviously realize what benefits they bring to your life. They make you happy. They give you something to care about. I just healed her. Alright. So, let's go with this. We're gonna feed her lots of stuff. We're gonna give you some cheese, some honey, and some rice wine.
This'll help. Take this.
Oh yeah? But you remember that, right? It's something that you remember. It's a special moment.
Rest in peace. Extreme attack. Jericho.
Concerto.
Thank you,
I feel like the amount of experience I'm getting now is way less. I feel like there's something down here, so we're just gonna go down here. I'm just gonna mash the button in hopes that I find something.
Fire burn! Fire burn! Light flare! I'll finish you! Magic! Dance of light!
swiftly as a gust of wind. Sword style. Blue storm.
Hey, Claspa. How are you doing?
Time.
Whoa, that had 3 on it? This seems good because it's got 3. And it is good. It's just it doesn't do a lot of damage. What is rocking my world? This game is definitely throwing me for a loop. There's an enemy
Watch
here.
out! Here I come!
Are these the same guys from the last area? In which case, I want lots of fire and light.
Fire burst! Fire burst! Light here!
Stop blocking stuff, please.
Is that all you got?
It's next game. I hate when that happens. Jeez. For some reason, I have reduced time now to do my abilities.
You need this.
Wind blow! Light flare! Chronos flow! Magic! Sparkling light!
1 down. Alright. Light definitely does more damage.
Whoa! Mighty sword flies swiftly as a gust of wind. Sword style. Blue storm.
Oh yeah? I've never played it before, so I don't know what to expect.
Set. Take this. Take this. I got you. Set.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the series as a whole, so... Hey, Pistol McAwesome. Whoa. Smash attack. That was a lot of items in one spot. And now it's raining. Let's just get rid of water. I haven't been using it very much anyway. That looks like a really cool attack, and I really want to try it. But I'm not really using him right now, so... It's a game that uses a card-based battle system. Where am I? I'm so confused. I will not cower. It's got amazing voice acting, if you can't tell.
Fire first. Wind blow. Dark flare. Dark flare.
We'll just do this for the damage.
Magic.
Ah!
Light.
I wouldn't really compare it to it. Whoa! Took like no damage. Alright, so we got 7, 8, 8, 8, 8. So your cards have elements that they use, and the elements can increase the damage, especially if an enemy's weak to a particular element. Stacking the same elements in a turn does increase damage. Getting cards in order, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, does extra damage. Getting pairs does extra damage. Yeah, it's kind of like Chain of Memories, although Chain of Memories is a lot easier to use than what this is. This battle system is much more complicated in a way that I don't necessarily find overly appealing. Why can't I... Fine. Is this thing ever gonna die? Is it a freaking... shelter? Cloister?
Unclap first.
It's blocking everything!
Magic. Dance of light.
It's freaking dead. Alright. Let's go with the damages. 2, 1.
This'll help. Destructive impact. Release. Sword style. Energy wave.
Now he's gonna bring the shell back?
Is that all?
Oh wow, it gets to immediately attack after going? Yeah, I think that's my biggest complaint with this game so far, is that it's just incredibly slow. Like, these battles are slow-paced.
I got you. May justice prevail. Extreme attack. Concerto.
This guy used, like, trumpets and stuff to attack. Alright.
Use this. Hope this helps.
So your cards also evolve throughout the game as well, so things like those strawberries will go bad for me at some point. And then they become like a status effect item instead.
Is that all?
Ouch. As you can see, these battles just go on for way too long. Alright, so... Oh shit. 3, 5. Let's try and poison it. 2. Sure! Whatever this does. Now, I have no idea how I made this show up, by the way. Hey, what's up, Rio? Using 2 knights wasn't a good idea. Why is that? I beat that fight with 4 knights. 1 knight in particular healing when I did it, because I had 4 knights at that point before. So how's everybody doing today? I know I was talking about semi-depressing topics and stuff like that earlier. But in general, how is everyone doing?
Fire burns. Light clear.
I'm doing alright. It's a long day.
Sorry.
Like I said, my next week or 2 is going to be incredibly busy. The person that I'm supposed to be learning my new job from is on vacation for 2 weeks. So I've gotten about an entire week with him. Not even an entire week with him to try and learn.
Here, gotcha.
And now I'm going to have to do it all by myself for 2 weeks. And it's not exactly minimal stuff or anything like that. Like, there's a lot that's gonna happen. Oh yeah? Oh, food poisoning. That sucks. How did that happen?
Give me your best smile.
Give me your best smile. That guy's voice acting has to be some of the weirdest.
You won't live to see
The weirdest approach.
extreme attack for Zanzo.
You don't know, but you don't like it. And you'll find out the next time you go to eat that thing, you're gonna have like a sour taste, and you won't even realize. At first, you won't understand why. You're like, why don't I like this anymore?
Burns.
But your body will know.
On guard. Magic. Dance of light.
Can never go wrong with searching under your bed. Do I seriously have no attacking things for it? Fine, I'll heal you for 80, and then I'll attack your face.
Here.
How does that sound?
Yeah. Ha. Get ready for the fireworks. Storm style. Blue storm. Let's move on.
That fight took forever. Whoa. That fish heals a lot. I want that. So I have absolutely no idea where I'm going. I can barely see what my character's doing.
We can do this if we work together. Fire burns.
Let's go with dark, I guess.
Take this. Dark flare. Dark flare.
All the characters have wings. It's part of the story. Basically, the way I look at it is I feel humans are supposed to have evolved. Ooh.
Yeah. This.
Damn. I was hoping I just got like a lot of 7s there.
Mighty sword flies swiftly. It's a gust of wind. Storm style. Blue storm.
Not to like put words into your mouth or anything deformed, but I tend to get like that when I'm depressed. Well, more depressed. So like, I'll not necessarily sleep, but stay in bed a lot. I'm not saying that that's exactly where you're at necessarily, but that's just where I've been. You don't really realize you're doing it until you realize you're doing it, I guess. Bum, bum, bum. We'll just attack you with water, because that's all I have, I guess.
Aqua burns.
Sure, wind.
Aqua burns. Wind blows.
So many strawberries!
Flare. Chronos flow.
Bum, 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 bum.
No, you don't.
Dun, dun, dun.
Darkness. Sword style. Shadow
Get out here with your face and your planty bits. This is a fun area. I sure like not being able to see where I'm going or what I'm doing. Wait, that's it? Okay, what's this one? Okay, that's a village I have to go to. We don't want to go to the Celestial Tree yet. We were supposed to go to this village. Which means we get to talk to 50 million different characters that aren't going to do any... No, I don't want to load the game. I want to save the game. I feel like I missed some chest in that area, but... The world may never know. Yeah, Eltanen, I've been waiting for you to, like, talk about aspects that you really liked about this game that had, like, such an impact on your memory. But the only thing that you've said is, like, I don't remember this. I don't remember this. Or this. Or that. I don't remember the things. They're just things. Alright. What do we got? Ooh. Knuckles. Cool. I'll buy this. And why are these so expensive now? Okay. Let's sell the stuff I have. Are we down? Well, I'm interested in the story once we get to where there's more story. There hasn't really been too much of one yet, unfortunately. The music is very good though, yes. And I don't, like, the artistic design and stuff like that of the game is really good too. Like, the way I feel about this game is that normally when I play a game, especially a JRPG, there's something about the game that, like, catches me and brings me in. It makes me more interested in playing. Even if there's, like, a bunch of really bad aspects to the game, there's normally something that brings me in.
3 men, 1 lady, and a blue gravesman. You're looking for a lady, aren't you?
Yes? Why?
Really strong and amazing, right?
How about that?
Sorry, didn't mean to stop talking. This game doesn't have, like, overly really bad stuff or anything like that. It's just a lot of the stuff is just so time-consuming and not exactly fun for me, so there's nothing really grasping me with this game that's making me like, I really need to play this and see what's going on type of mood, you know?
One of the keepers of the Celestial Tree. I'm just a beginner, though.
I love the voice acting, though, let me tell ya.
How can you know about this?
But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that the game picks up and that I find more aspects that I'm interested in. I'll learn the combat system more. I just hope that the combat system just doesn't stay taking as long as it does.
She had something to take care of, and that a bunch of people might come while she's gone. She told me to ask you to wait a while. You do know her, don't you? Why don't you come to my place till she comes back? It's right over there.
She has her own place? Man. Better than when I was her age. Go ahead, say it. You're the one that picked this game, so I'm more I'm very interested to hear what you have to say about it. I'm trying, Eltanin. I'm trying to do things with my decks to make them stronger. The thing about it is, it's like I don't have enough cards to make it just like an all-out attack deck. Then I end up getting a whole bunch of healing or defensive items at the same turn. Even Callus, I have basically, I've got like 4 healing items for him, 2 or 3 defensive items, and that's it. The rest are attacking items, and I'll still have rounds where all it is healing and defensive items. I've been trying to think, and I catered my deck when I was in the Ancient Library because those guys... No, I don't want an Essence of Boiled Egg. They were weak to light and fire, so I made decks for all of my characters that were purely light and fire with the ability to do occasional damage. How are you doing today, Hitoshi? And even then, I was still taking forever to fight the battles. I think a lot of it has to do with knowing where to get cards, Eltanin. I feel like if you know where to get certain cards and kind of know what to expect going forward in the game, you can play your decks a little bit better. So this is a type of game that I feel is just way better on the second playthrough. And unfortunately, experiences like that, you gotta have like a really, really good experience with the game to want to give it a second playthrough. And so far, I'm at the point that it's like, this story better be really, really, really good, or the music's gonna captivate me enough to be worth playing it again. I gotta be honest though, the voice acting definitely drains me a little bit. Like, the voice acting just kills some moments for me. Hey, what's up, Travis? So far, like, this game, to me, the most difficult thing about it is that I very rarely feel like I'm making progress, because it's from one giant town to a giant dungeon to a giant town, and the context that you get story-wise is that there's, like, one major guy you're going after. First we're going after Guacamole, then we're going after this girl that apparently was there, and then this other guy that was apparently there, but then there's a leader guy of all those guys type of thing. And, like, we don't even know who the central villain is yet. I guess we could say it's the Emperor, the Blame guy. So, there's just, like, there's very little going on. Yeah, I've got a flea card because he started with it, and I was never sure if I was ever going to have to use it. I don't know that that necessarily increases the chance of you getting the cards you want, because then the cards are filled with passes instead. So you have to play the pass cards. I think that's really the only difference, is you can play pass cards, which give you the chance of getting the cards that you want over, like, not being able to play a defensive card or a healing card at a particular point. So maybe the passes are better in that regard. I can't even discard half my hand half the time with defense. If I could, I would. The music in this area is completely drowned out by the fact that there's falling water. And that's another complaint I have with this game. Is that there's a lot of areas like this where there's like a background song or background noise that completely drowns out any music. And it's supposed to be like atmospheric, I guess. But we're not actually there. You know, we're playing a game. Like, you can hear the music now. I'm not a huge fan of this, like, side quest system, either. This whole, turning things into Magnus and then using the Magnus. Mostly because I haven't really gotten any rewards for the side quests that I have done. If you were a little bit more rewarded for it, I'd be more willing to do it. But this game is liked for a reason. There's a lot of people that like it. I just gotta find... I'd like to think that I'm pretty good at finding good aspects of something in... And again, I'm not going to say stuff's bad. I think that that's the way a lot of people like to review things. Just because they don't like it, it becomes bad. But that's not how I feel about things. I can kind of understand why people like aspects about this. I feel like some people probably looked at this combat system and are like, holy shit, this is the most amazing thing in the world. Just because I'm not a huge fan of it doesn't make it bad. Well, that's cool, Altanin. I appreciate the fact that you had me play this one first. Yes. Yes, Rio. I absolutely did. But I feel like sometimes, Altanin, when a person, especially somebody playing the game, dislikes an aspect of a game because it's, you know, not their thing, a lot of people take that as, like, you're disrespecting the game and don't understand it and are hating on it and things like that, but I don't think that that's the case at all. I just feel like there are some things that some people enjoy more than others. I've never been a big fan of the card combat systems in games, because I don't like the random element that they add. I don't really care so much for deck building and things like that. If I want to play a card game, I would much rather play a card game. I don't need to really incorporate it into, like, another video game. But since I know that I've liked some card games that I've played and things like that, and the aspect of being able to build a deck and things like that, I can understand why some people might like putting it in a game and having access to it in that way. The fact that you've got elemental resistances and stuff, if someone wants to grind out a bunch of cards and make really good decks and things like that, it could probably be a lot of fun for them. But again, that's not an appealing aspect to the game for me. So it's not something that I'm so much willing to do. I play JRPGs more so for the story than I do the mechanics or anything else. So the story really has to grip me to some extent for me to really like a game and really want to keep playing it. And sometimes the story and the music and stuff like that make me oversee a lot of the bad mechanics in games, or like negative mechanics, even if it's something that I don't normally like. So this game just doesn't have enough of that right now, that the only focus that I really have is how long the battles are taking, how I feel like I'm not getting so much of a story. Like this little cutscene in here and stuff like that was a little bit more interesting than some of the other stuff that I've done in the game so far. And that might be a way of putting it too, Fits and Toaster, is I think it takes a certain type of mentality to really give a battle system like this a good shot of really understanding it. Because this game does not really, like, cater to you or anything like that, or really try to, it doesn't really hold your hand, let's just say that. It explains some stuff, but there's so much unexplained stuff that it really rewards testing things. But the thing about it is in the battles and stuff that you have, you can't really test things too much because you're kind of being forced to do as much damage as possible, heal as much as possible, and everything else. Oh yeah, I'm going to give every game on this list a chance. And although many people aren't going to agree with the way I rate things, a lot of people say that I rate things way too highly and things like that, but that's because, like I said, in most cases, the negative aspects of a game are completely outweighed by the positive aspects in my mind. And it's really easy for me to get caught up in that, I know. This isn't a bad game, it's not. I just, right now, my biggest issue with the game is that I feel like it's dragging on already, and I'm not even that far into it. Like, I just don't feel like I've made progress. I don't really feel like I've done much. There's more people than just you, Nakurti. To speak of people that people know, like Kolthor has said it as well. Kolthor has said that I'm not harsh enough on games.
So this is the celestial tree.
And how are you doing, Nakurti? How's work and stuff been today? Cuckoo. Ahoy, sailor! I feel like one of two things is going to happen. I'm going to play like a really, really terrible game that I just can't stand, and I'm going to like rip it to shreds, and then it's going to give me a more accurate appeal as to what games are really good and really bad. But the fact of the matter is I just really haven't played bad games yet.
This is a huge
I would probably say that
countless trees growing in symbiosis.
That maybe Grand Stream Saga is the worst game that I've played. And maybe Arc the Lad 2 was like... Arc the Lad 2 wasn't a bad game, but there was just so many aspects of it that I didn't like, that those two games are probably the worst that I've played on this list so far. So when you like stack those games up against everything else, it's crazy.
Most colonies would have decayed from the inside, turning into hollow vestiges.
Oh, I'm the same way, Fits and Toaster. I enjoy Disgaea for what it is. I enjoy the quirky humor and the characters and things like that. Like, I like those aspects of it, but the game is so much more. It's about making super overpowered characters and kicking the crap out of everything, and I've just never had any interest in doing that in any game. I didn't mind Grand Stream Saga. I'm just saying that out of all the games I've played, it's probably stacked the lowest. The combat got really boring and dry in Grand Stream Saga. I did like some of the music, though. There wasn't very much of a story or anything like that. Like, that game didn't have a whole lot going on either throughout the entire thing. But I didn't hate the game. I was nowhere near the point like, oh god, can't wait till this game's over. Yes, that's the lewd guy. I used to have like this this mentality when I was a kid that I was gonna have max stats and, you know, max all the summons to or whatever, like in FF6 on all the characters, but it's just something I never did, ever. I'd say the only game that, one of the few games that I got to 99 in, was actually... Why can't I think of it? The 2 Bravely Default games, and the only reason that I got to max level in both those games is because it gives you the option to speed up the combat, and there's some ways of doing it very, very, very quickly and getting a crap ton of experience and stuff. I just started to realize that I enjoyed games much more when I wasn't focusing on becoming strong and having everything. And that I hated getting to a final boss in a game and just destroying it. That is probably the most, like, the least epic type of feeling ever for a JRPG for me. To get to the final boss and really have absolutely no trouble on it whatsoever. I'm content with dying on the final boss a few times. I think it's warranted. And I really think that it really gives you, like, the feel of what it's like. I remember playing Chrono Trigger the first time and dying to the first phase of Lavos multiple times, and then the phase after that multiple times and things like that, and progressing slowly through it, changing up equipment, messing around, using different abilities and stuff like that. And I love that, because I'll never forget it, and I remember what works on that boss, because I had to figure it out myself. But games nowadays, it's like all you have to do is grind for a while, and you can go in with any strategy and beat any boss, and it's never a problem. And I hate that. To me, it's just really, really boring. I must have missed, like, a box of dialogue or something like that, because she ran out of the room, but I don't know where she went, and now I can't progress. I don't know if I ever lost to Gato. Can't wait to pick Animal Crossing when you win a raffle. Yeah, not happening because it's not on the list. See, why does it have to be considered a failure to lose? Why is it considered a failure? Where are the days where people used to just, like, I'm gonna learn something from the fact that I lost here? That's what that's what JRPGs were, like, always about. It's like, okay, take the resources that you have available and figure out what you can do to make this happen. And I love that aspect of JRPGs. It's my favorite aspect about those games. But nowadays, it's like, you don't have to do that anymore. It's all about, if I invest enough time into it, I'm going to be able to be high enough level that I'm just going to be able to kick everything's ass. I really don't know where to go. I've never played The Last Remnant. The combat system didn't seem too interesting to me. Where the hell am I supposed to go? There she is. The Last Remnant's one of those games that I almost picked up but didn't. When I, like, read the manual and stuff like that and saw the combat system, it was one of those games where I'm like, it's not the game for me right now, but maybe if it goes down in price, I'll pick it up later. think Last Remnant's on PC now. What system are you playing on, Fits and Toaster? Are you playing it on PC, or are you playing it on disc? Pro system. Yes, Rio. That's exactly what I love about a game. I love when you have all of your resources set about you, and it's possible. There's no more rewarding experience in a JRPG than figuring out how to beat a battle when it felt like you were getting destroyed. I mean, you guys have probably seen me do that multiple times on here already, right? How many times have you guys seen me in a fight and been like, oh man, he's dead or screwed or whatever, and all of a sudden I managed to win? Sometimes it's luck, sure, but other times it's planning. In this game, it's not going to be planning because I suck at the battle system. It's always luck because I don't level. So... Are you saying that when I beat La Pucelle Tactics that was all luck? That wasn't strategy at all? Yeah, I mean... Fits and Toaster, the 4-Job Fiesta kind of forces it on you a little bit more than what other games would. But the thing about that is also you run into instances of just having very not fun parties sometimes. It's not that you don't know that it's possible, it's just that the parties require a crap ton of grinding to actually make it possible. Yeah, it is fun. It's fun to strategize. It really is. That is one thing that makes them a lot of fun. If you want to blame anybody for me having 4 Berserkers, you can blame Mr. Fidel Infidel in chat. You gave me a dancer after I had to deal with 4 Berserkers for 40 hours. Oh, well guess what? I already have a Celestial Flower Seed, you asshole. Make me some cookies. The Curdy. Oh yeah, how about that white mage debacle there? That was you, my friend. You were just like, oh hey, try out this white mage. With no abilities! How's it feel, man? You like white mage now? But it's all in good fun. I mean, if I was doing that thing myself and you guys were changing classes and I had white mages, it probably wouldn't be as much fun. But in racing Nakurdi at the same time, whatever you guys can throw at me, it's still gonna be fun. And then I think it was a good idea to have one head-to-head race where we both have the same classes. Someone switched me to monks, instead of white mage, so I was able to just destroy her because I had power leveled for a while. I just punched her a few times, and she died. Get out of here, Nakurti! Oh man, a new rivalry has been born. Nakurti and Fidel. Yeah, if I had just bought several buttloads of potions, I would have been fine. But the idea was that I was going to have Freelancer, and my strategy for Freelancer has never really changed. And the funny thing about it is that I actually grinded a little bit more this time around. But I still died at the fight. It was a whole bunch of stuff that, you know, sucked at the same time. Aw, we gave her some cookies, and now the world's saved. That's how RPGs work, guys. Is that what we're calling it nowadays? He digs her? Feels callous, man. I learned everything I know about dating through JRPGs, guys. Ooh. That looks cool. Who can I equip that to? You? Nope. Oh. Really? Whoa. Okay. Fire-based finishing move, mastered by Kaitos, focuses energy on his sword, and ignites his assaulting mass, engulfing the enemy in flames! Okay. I want that. Give me that. I can totally make the callous face that he makes too. He's like, whenever someone says something to him, it's like, this is a game, guys. God. Alright. Let's go. Let's get a new character, let's hope.
So you came. You saved our hides. You can't just walk away.
Thank you again for saving us back there.
Don't mention it. It's no big deal.
Who are you, anyway? Why did you help us?
Do you seriously intend to face Geldo blame?
Yeah, we'll do what we can to thwart their plans.
Sounds like you have a death wish.
We're not going down that easy, no matter who we're up against.
Could be worse, I guess. Let's go.
Huh?
Huh? I made you come all the way to my house so I could tell you that I'm going with you.
Hey!
Plot,
where are you?
guys!
The celestial tree. To see it bloom.
What? Why?
To get the end Magnus. That's what we're here for, isn't it?
Hey!
Now it says this.
Wait up!
How does
You
she
haven't
know?
even
What's
told
that?
us your name.
It's gonna start with an S.
Name? It's Savina. Follow me.
I only know that because someone said it in chat yesterday.
Who is she, anyway?
Kinda weird, isn't she?
Let's follow her. We've got nothing to lose.
I don't think knowing a character's name really does too much. But you can kind of tell what characters are going to join your party and what characters aren't. Zero fashion sense. I haven't really paid too much attention to his shoes, to be completely honest. Wait. Let's go pray first. Yeah, that's another reason I knew the character's name, Altanin. She's gonna have fist-type weapons, because we could buy them earlier. Oh, she's only got 5 hands, though, guys. She's not a 6-hander like the rest of us. She's slacking. Man, having 5 hands would totally be awesome. I could play like 4 video games at once. So I've never really worn Crocs. And I can't say I've seen Crocs worn. So why does everybody hate them? Give me a little context here, guys.
Spring in Sadal Sud, the cave in Diadem. Here, in Anue Nue, it's
Nue
the
Nue.
trees, water, air, wood.
What's on your mind, Shella?
Oh, it's nothing.
Is it really here? Is the third end Magnus around here somewhere?
It's in the trees.
Hold on, Savina.
Where do you think you're going? This area is off limits. Strangers aren't allowed to set foot here. Turn back.
Excuse me.
So, you're one of the keepers, huh?
Of course. Please don't make things difficult. Mayfie has caused enough trouble already.
Mayfie? What's wrong?
She seems to have gone up the tree on her own. Her grandmother fell sick all of a sudden. Tree vermin have really been worked up lately, which means it's extra dangerous.
Not tree vermin.
Climbing the tree without permission is strictly forbidden. even for experienced keepers.
What are you, a
She must have
goalie?
gone looking for buds from the celestial tree.
No! Wait, Sabina. You can't go.
As I stand here and watch
Sorry,
you.
lady. We're in a bit of a hurry here.
I'm sorry.
Please excuse us.
Callus is just like,
Don't worry. We'll find Mayview for you and bring her back safe and sound.
No! Wait! All of you! Don't say I didn't warn you. Oh dear.
why does it sound like she has 3 different voices? Lude has been excused. Alright, so, what are her stats? So she's got 55 attack. She's got 57 agility, 52 defense, 48 vitality. I think that she's worth having in our party. She's definitely stronger. Why can you do that? Do we want to get rid of Lude? We'll get rid of Lude, and we'll have double waifu party. You can never go wrong with an extra waifu. You get a good impression from it, BGG? Well, you sure haven't seen a whole lot. How you feeling, man? Did you get some sleep? Game has great music. Game has very good aesthetics. Man, that's about it so far.
Get lost.
Is she a peacock? Why is she a peacock?
Fire burst! Fire burst! Wind blow! Light air! Watch out! I'm not that innocent! Magic! Soul flash!
That's awesome, man. Don't question it. Just go with it, BGG. Just go with it.
Is that all? Is that all? Ow!
Ow.
Mighty sword flies swiftly as a gust of wind.
So this is a card-based battle system, BGG, which means your healing items and well, no, not just your healing items. Everything in this game is cards. Your equipment is cards. Your healing items are cards. Your attacking items are cards. Your defensive items are cards. Eat your strawberries!
Here!
This is sticker stars, kind of, yes. Probably a little bit more strategy that you can do in this game. But the battle system is incredibly slow, not very intuitive. There has something to do with elements. So you want to attack with the same elements and not opposite elements, because if you attack with opposite elements, then you cancel out the damage that you do with the opposite elements, but sometimes, since it's a card-based system, you don't get the other elements, which means you don't have to use the other elements. So if you want to do damage, you just end up canceling out your damage anyway, even though it's not your intention. You can also do combos by doing all the same numbers in a row, or you can do it straight in a row to do more damage. But again, since it's RNG based, you don't really get this type of stuff very often. Your headache is coming back.
Enemies eliminated.
Enemies eliminated. Okay, she's cool. But, like I said, it's very good looking. It's got very good music. And although I'm not a huge fan of the battle system and how it goes, if the story picks up, it could end up being a pretty solid game. But overall, right now, the storyline's been kind of not there. And the battles take so long that I feel like a majority of what I've done is just pick cards in battles, and that's it. And granted, my deck probably is not the best thing ever. Oh, there's like multiple not avoidable encounters. Like what's the point of letting me go over here? Most areas have encounters that you just can't avoid. They literally have like a 2x2 path with an enemy that takes up 2 spaces, so you have to fight it. And then there's other areas that if you go over the same area twice, an enemy will spawn again and again and again and again and again and again to fight you no matter what. So you have to fight a lot of extra battles. Oh.
There she is!
You don't level up by gaining experience. You have to gain experience and then go to church and pray at church
Get it on.
to level up. And then you also have class levels. Like those strawberries and cheese, I shouldn't be getting those every turn, but I keep getting them. What's up, Flight Fling? 1, 2, apples and bananas. 7, 8. Sure. Let's hope this kills.
Fear the wings of darkness.
Am I making it sound worse, though?
Shadow.
I'm not saying anything that's not true.
That was way too easy.
The additional element of RNG in this game to do battles properly, not only having it so that you have to build a deck, but also having it so that RNG has an effect on how you can do battles, is going to be a problem, or lead to some type of problem. But again, like I said, the thing about it is that it's not a bad game. It's just, it feels to me as of right now that it's just kind of dragging on, not doing anything. That's my only real problem with it so far. I guess I should go get the other thing first. Like, if I felt like I was making more story progress, or like the characters were even developing a little bit more, and they are very, very, very slowly, but the fact that this entire game so far has just been side quest and throwing cards at enemies, it's just, it leaves a bit to be desired.
You can beat.
Oh, and I did specify that if you attack with an element and then with the opposite element, you cancel out your damage, right? I think that's my most frustrating thing about this game, because I got, right here, I got 2 dark cards and 2 light cards to use, and 1 water card. So if I really wanted to do as much damage as possible, I already have to take 2 turns to do as much damage as possible with these cards. Because if I would have tried to use the 2 of them together, I would have completely negated all of my damage. 5, 6, 7, and then, oh no, let's do 8. Damn it, I didn't get it off. It's okay, it's probably dead. And that's why I said that I feel like this game, if it does end up having like a really good story, the music's already good, the aesthetics are good and things like that, that if you were to give this game a second playthrough, it's one of those games that you would enjoy so much more on the second playthrough. You can take the opposite element cards away from the deck, but that requires you to know what the enemies that you're going to be facing are weak against. So once I know what the enemies are weak against that I'm facing, I can kind of build a deck to cater to it, but then that means you're building a new deck for every area that you're entering to really go against it. Then you have the fact that, like, the enemies were dark and are weak to light and fire in the last area, and almost every enemy I was fighting was weak to dark and fire, or light and fire, rather. Then you get to the boss in the area, and the boss isn't weak to that. So the deck that you had up until that entire point is pointless, which means the first time you're fighting the boss, you're probably going to have a weaker deck. So not mixing and matching stuff kind of puts you at a disadvantage.
Fire first! Light there! Ah! You'll be sorry!
And you can mix some elements together. The problem is half the time I'm getting the opposite elements on a turn. So it's like, okay, I'll save it. I feel like if you have to constantly rework your deck, really, to make it strong or interesting, like not just adding a couple cards to it here and there, that it becomes very cumbersome. 1, 2... 3. Well. Why can I never get the last card off with her? Her stuff's so quick. Okay. 7, 7, 7. 8. And his didn't even go off. So sometimes the C-stick's either not working or I don't know. Alright, so here I've got basically nothing that I can really use to combo, so... So if you know your character can, say, at top end, do, like, 550 damage with, like, the best combo that you can do possible, but you may not see that combo more than once in the next, like, 50 times that you use that deck, that's, to me, that's not necessarily fun. It's hard to plan around that, because you could get it, you could get lucky enough and get it, oh, God. Okay. Now there's a good example. They're apparently resistant to fire, so I did less damage, even though I got 3 8s and used 2 of my most powerful cards with her. And I got 4 8s altogether, so I got plus 33% damage, and I only did 290. It's cool. I don't know what it is with her, but it does not work sometimes. Yeah, but the neutral element cards are incredibly weak. You do more damage with the elemental cards than you do the normal cards. And that's not all the cases, like this weapon's pretty strong. Yeah, we talked about Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories is definitely a lot easier to, understand and use. No, don't really want to use that fire. Oh, they are. I just don't have a lot of weak neutral cards. Or a lot of strong neutral cards, rather.
This. Ah! Mighty sword, burn with fury and destroy the enemy.
They do need to be replaced.
Sword style.
But I haven't gotten cards to replace them. And the ones that, all the neutral cards that I have that are stronger than the starting cards that I have are in this currently. And I've bought almost every extra additional neutral card that I could buy. That's what I've spent a majority of my money on in this game. 2, 3, 4.
Fire first! Fire first! Dark flare! Ha! Dark flare!
This. Ha! Ha! Whoa! Too late to say you're sorry. Sword style. Energy wave.
Yeah. I don't want to heal. Well, there goes a turn. I couldn't attack on that turn. That's the type of stuff that frustrates me too. Yeah, that's something that bothers me as well. BGG. I'm just gonna feed you all my items.
Use this. Hope this helps.
Exactly.
Take this.
When you get to the point of restricting a player from things, it becomes less fun. Whatever. Now I can actually attack you.
Use this. Time to die. Special attack. Erupting flare.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, this game really requires you to have a understanding of what's ahead, what you're going to be fighting against, what cards you're going to have access to, where to get better cards and things like that. And if you have that type of knowledge, then I can guarantee you that the battle system's probably a lot more fun. Especially if you know what to expect with bosses. You can plan your deck way ahead of time. You're gonna know whether you're really gonna need healing or not. But again, I don't think the mechanics of a game make a game bad. There's definitely some redeeming qualities with this game. I have a lot of these. Do I have any? Who's low? She is. I think sometimes when you get into the point of trying to make a game, like, as expanded as possible, like a whole bunch of different options and things like that, when you start to add optionality to stuff, you kind of start to hinder it in other ways.
Dark flare. Wind blow. Fire first.
Like, this elemental system is cool, but the fact that if I cast a fire and a water on the same turn, I basically negate my damage, that's just frustrating, if that's the roll of cards that I get. So I've got, what? The option of not having any water cards in my deck, but then what if the enemies aren't weak to fire that I'm in the area? Then I struggle there, too.
This. Ha! Mighty sword flies swiftly as a gust of wind. Sword style. Blue storm.
No, not necessarily. I don't know that I'd be able to tell if that's a thing that happens or not. Because I don't always know what's negating my damage, or what's giving me the bonus. Other than the few things that I've figured out, because it's not very well explained. Like there I got 4 5s, and I got plus 33 damage. Plus 33% damage, right? But really all of my damage came from the cards themselves. That plus 33% is kind of negligible. Because you get that so rarely. It's almost like getting a crit. Is basically like playing around this entire battle system is just like getting the occasional crit. That's really what you're doing with it. You've got the options of getting crits over the RNG element of it actually happening. And I think I'd rather the RNG element of it happening rather than having to play specific cards in specific orders.
Be careful, everyone. Fire first! Fire first! Light clear! Chronos flow! Watch out! I'm not that innocent! Magic! Soul flash!
No, whatever cards you have when you get into a battle, you're stuck with. There's no switching cards, and whatever cards you get dealt, there's not like a reshuffle option or anything like that. You have to use some of those cards to get to the other cards in your deck. Hey Lurkin Fapper, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, you may be right. Like I said, it might be better off just playing passes instead of actually trying to use some of the cards, because you can't use them. It's like, you have defensive cards in your deck for reasons, so that you can take the occasional hit and stuff like that. But then the enemy doesn't attack you at all, so you get stuck with these defensive cards that you can never use for anything. But if your character gets attacked, they're a godsend. If they don't, they sit there and then they hinder you. What's up, Kolthor? No, that's not possible in this game, Curdy, unless you just so happen to, maybe if you made the battle take long enough to stack up the... No, you can't even do that, because the cards... There's times where you're forced to actually use cards. So, you can't even stack cards in your deck, because eventually you're going to reshuffle. And then when you reshuffle, you lose whatever cards are currently in your hand, and then reshuffle your deck. Excuse me. What's up, Kevin? There I got one attacking card. Oh, also, you have to take pictures to gain money in this game. In the middle of combat, you have to take a picture of an enemy that you're attacking, and then wait 10 minutes for it to develop so that you can sell it for money. That, I think, is probably one of the stupidest mechanics that this game has. Sat down to dinner? What are you having for dinner tonight? Oh well.
Dark
Now, the numbers are definitely something in your deck that you can plan around. If you know like what numbers you have, you could definitely plan around the potential for getting straights and combos and stuff like that. But that requires you to have access to those cards. If you don't have the cards to make lots of combos out of, then you don't have them. And there's nothing you can do about it.
You alright, Mayfie?
Sure, I think the ability to shuffle your deck if you don't have a turn or something like that, you don't currently like the cards in your hand, would be a good addition to it.
Thanks for coming for me, Savina.
What were you thinking coming up here all alone? Being a keeper, you should know how dangerous this place is.
I'm sorry. Grandma got real sick, so I had to do something. I came up here to find a celestial flower bed, to make it bloom somehow. I couldn't get too far on my own, though. Savina, I wish I was strong and brave like you.
Yeah, this voice acting, though.
Strong and brave like me? You've got quite an imagination. I'm not really, so don't make too much of me. You need to believe in yourself, Mayfie, and live your life in your own way.
So what's next? Is she going with us?
But even like I said, even in all of this, the combat system is probably my biggest harp. It's just something that I don't really enjoy.
Of course.
But this isn't a bad game.
Can't leave
It's really
her
not.
alone. Besides, when we get to the top, we'll be needing Mayfie's help. She's a keeper, you know.
And I really feel like this story could go somewhere. It just needs to hurry up.
Sure. Thank you, Savina.
Give me something more to be interested in. Give me like a main villain. Give me like a main story of what I'm doing other than collecting a few items for no real reason. Other than so these bad guys don't get them. Yeah, I believe that that's intentional from what people are saying. It's an artistic addition because the character Crayson is a spirit, a guardian spirit for Callus. So,
Give me a good
like,
time.
I'm there but not there type of thing. So I think it's some sense of immersion
Fire
from what people are saying.
Fire first! Light flare! Take this! Fire first!
I don't really mind that so much. The voice acting aspect that gets me is the fact that it just feels very dry at some points. It feels very forced.
Zip! Mighty sword, burn with rage and destroy the enemy. Sword style. Blast his blood.
Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. So the only, well, do I want to go up to, okay, fine.
This just might be fun.
So here's an example of I got all of my healing items. I have 3 healing items in her inventory, and I got them all. Maybe it's a problem. Having 3 healing items is too much, I guess.
The wings of darkness. Sword style. Shadow wing.
I could have got 5 5s there. Alright. Who needs health? Eat some strawberries and some cheese.
Here! Here!
I feel like during the end game
Here!
that I'm gonna have way better decks and it's going to be a lot easier to get combos and things. Ooh, let's do this. Never mind, I won't get it off, I guess. Maybe I want to go up in that hole first, which means I'm going to have to refight these 2 fights, but that's okay. This might lead to an item, so we'll check it. I will give this game credit in the sense that it decided, hey, we're gonna use cards, and it really ran with it. Like, really ran with it. Probably gonna fight a boss up here, so... I do love the music in this game, though. It is something else. And as much as I hate to say it, some of the aspects of this game just ruin that immersion for me sometimes.
You need to get in, right, Savina?
Yep, they keep everything in cards.
Right.
Even though you know how you have like 50 people wearing backpacks in this game.
Can you remove the seal?
Uh-huh. I'm a keeper, remember? That should do it. Please be careful, okay? You're going into the tree's core. There's no telling what could happen.
I know. Come on, guys.
What are we waiting for, Nakurti?
Is this it?
It must be. This is the heart of the celestial tree. Where
Wait
its
for the
flowers
name game you forgot. Name of the game you forgot?
An old woman once told me of this. She also spoke of a dreadful power lying dormant within the tree. What she didn't tell me was how one could release that power from its slumber.
I like how you yelled at everyone to wait as you tried to remember that.
But I'm sure you know what to do.
What, the video that Rio sent? I only played the first Shadow Hearts.
Hark, woe-laden child.
Hey, this guy's voice acting isn't too bad.
Millennium of sleep thou hast broken. The powers of a god thou hast awakened. Each and all must pay the price. What will thou contribute?
Is the celestial tree talking?
No, it's not. It's the voice of a guardian, which resides in this tree. The guardian of the third and Magnus.
Ow!
Mayfie! Damn! Here it comes!
Come on, El Tannen, you gotta admit, that was terrible. Ow! I love how I have so much limited time now to pick my abilities.
Light flare! Fire burst! Take this! I'll finish you! Magic! Dance of light!
I'm doing alright. Oh good, I can't attack with anything. I got all my 2 combo swords. Oh! Okay. I kind of figured it was going to be one of these types of bosses, but I figured I'd have more than one turn.
Light flare! Fire burst! Watch out! I'm not that innocent! Magic! Sparkle of light!
Thanks, Kevin. It's a work shirt.
So long. Special attack erupting cloud. Mighty sword, burn with rage and destroy the enemy. Sword style, flash explosion.
I wonder how much this is gonna hurt.
Chronos flow! Chronos flow! Fire burst! Dark flare! Use this.
Use this.
Thanks, Galtier. Alright, how do you want to do this? 7, 7,
Take this.
7.
Yeah. Take this. Say cheese. Get ready.
Alright, Nakurti. Alright, I have to get rid of these water cards, so they're just gonna sit here for a while.
Unclap first! Unclap first! Dark flare! Dark flare! Dark flare!
Wow, Nakurti.
Here. This'll help. Take this.
Why didn't it use it? Come on. Great. Let's hope I get a card to attack.
This. Yeah. This. Ha!
The game's a bit too slow for my liking as of right now. But I'm waiting for it to pick up. And how are you doing, Blood of the Gods?
Destructive impact. Release. Sword style. Energy wave.
Fire first! Take this! Wind blow! Watch out! Unlock that innocence! Magic! Soul flash!
She's gonna reshuffle, so I'm not even gonna get to get half of her attacks off. What do we want to heal here? That's good enough.
Here. This'll help.
So she's gonna shuffle her deck over on the left, which means I lose a turn with her. Really? I don't... Fine. I can't even attack with any of these? Alright. There, I got all my end combos at the end.
Cause trembling, chaos. Sword style, shadow blade.
It's gonna revive something this turn. Yeah, but that's if you're looking for an experience like that, Blood of the Gods. Some people don't want games that take hundreds of hours to experience. Some people are content with having something that's 20, 25 hours long and is just a story being told. I would much rather a bunch of shorter games that have really good story than games that lasted hundreds of hours to do a whole bunch of shit, and it's just not what I enjoy in a game. I get bored of stuff like that very quickly. Yeah, but that's not the appeal of that game. You can do that in any RPG. I can turn a 30-hour game into, like, you know, a 20-hour game.
This mighty sword flies swiftly as a gust of wind. Sword style, blue storm. Use this. Here.
I've never been a huge fan of games either where I'm the one taking control of everything. I like watching a story unfold in front of me. I'm okay with not having to make decisions and stuff like that that impact what happens in the game. I don't want to use either of those. I'll lose my extra damage if I do. Alright, so this is going to be the turn we have to kill you, right?
This.
Let's take a picture of you.
Yeah. Say cheese.
Oh no, I agree they should make the games that sell to their fan base, but that's literally what they have as a fan base. They have people that like their type of games. But not everyone likes their type of games. Some people like more what Nintendo brings out. Just like Background Guy was saying earlier, games are so varied at this point that if anyone looks hard enough, people will be able to find something that they like. Should I heal? Yeah, let's just heal.
Here. Here.
Sure, any game can be hundreds of hours long if you want it to be.
Time to die. Special attack erupting flare.
I've never really focused on consoles. Like, honestly, the Switch doesn't even interest me. It's whatever games come out for the Switch. If enough good games come out for it, I'll pick it up. I don't give a crap anything else about the system. Same thing with the Xbox One, PS4, anything like that. If there's enough good games for it, I'll get the system. No, that's not true anymore, Background Guy. A lot of people buy consoles now based on what they can do, their hardware and things like that. It used to be about the games on the systems. I don't think back in the day people bought Sega Genesis over SNES or vice versa. It's like, oh man, this one's got better looking graphics. I think it was they saw games that appealed to them. They went towards that genre and everything
The
else.
celestial flowers? They look like shooting stars.
As much as I hate to say it, this might be a better game without the voice acting. Yeah, that was the game ringing. It really just might be better without the voice acting. Like, moments like that one and stuff like that. I know I can, but I feel like turning it off kind of takes away from what it's supposed to be.
Oh, look at that! They're in bloom! The celestial
I
flowers
honestly
are in
think that
bloom!
the biggest issue with games is the fact that everyone thinks there has to be change.
The blossoms seem different this year.
Like, let me get more into that after we get through this part.
Fate is already at work, regardless of what we may try or believe.
So, games need to change is the big thing that everyone's come down to. Games need to change, and I disagree. I feel like if you want to make a game that's completely different or anything like that, go ahead.
Has been opened.
Make that game. Go for it. But don't take a game series that already exists that plays off certain things and stuff like that and add that title to your game that you've completely changed. Why not make your own experience, your own world and things like that? And that's my feel with a whole bunch of games and stuff like that. You have aspects that work and it's great. And everyone's like, oh, gotta upgrade it, gotta make it better. You won't be able to get out to all the people in the world unless it looks better, sounds better, does all this type of stuff. Yet, how many of us go back and play an indie game that's got worse graphics or just really good music and goes back to the roots of games that we loved and we obviously still enjoy them? Why is it that that market has completely died out and turned into the indie game scene? Why can't it just be that some big developers actually make some games like that too? Why can't they? Why have they died off? There's obviously still groups of people that love games like that. And that's my problem with like the companies that I loved and stuff like that growing up, is I feel like the depth and focus on games has changed way too much because graphics have gotten better in games.
You worthless mortals. No matter what you may do, no matter what you may try, there is no avoiding that which must come to pass. The world is in my hands. I am the blade of divine revenge.
No, I don't think we're at the end of the game. I'm not even on disc 2 yet.
Look! It's pointing towards Mira.
Wait! Here comes another one!
Hey, isn't the Empire in that direction?
Mira and the Empire. What's this all supposed to mean?
Ow.
Savina! Drop it!
Is this one gonna get taken away too?
Phew. Chuck one up for the good guys.
Wow, I actually got one?
Finally! And
Oh,
no Empire
I
can
disagree
fight.
there, Blood of the Gods. I feel like graphics are the exact reason that games have changed. I feel like what is focused on for a majority of games has absolutely changed because of
If they
graphics
show the
getting
story
better.
in Corellia,
Some for the good, don't get me wrong. In some aspects, it's been really good change. But in a lot of other aspects, it's been, like,
I'm sure
really
she
faltering some development.
Flame's ambitions.
But I feel like
Why didn't the Empire show up this time?
how good a game looks, how fast it runs and stuff like that has become way more of an appeal to even developers. Like, I've been in the scene. I've been around people and things like that, and really, everyone starts out with the focus that they want to have just great gameplay and great story and stuff like that, but when it really comes down to the main focus, people care more about what it looks like than anything else, because that's the first thing people see. It's what it looks like.
Yeah, you'd think that Falon guy would be on our tail. The Empire won't give up that easily. You can count on it.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, a hand of the Empire is here among us.
Technological limitation is why we have some of the best games that we've ever had. Now, the potential for stuff is basically limitless at this point, and look at what types of games we get nowadays. They might be good games, but they don't sit with us nearly as strongly as others might have.
Liud! I knew we couldn't trust you! Savina, I have reason to believe you are an Imperial soldier. Am I correct? What?
No way!
I'm sure of it. The style of her tactics convinced me. She's a soldier in the Imperial Army. A member of the elite special forces, I believe. Am I right, Savina?
No, it can't be true.
Not just that background guy, but that's what they grew up with. They grew up between, like, think of how many people grew up between the system of, like, the Xbox 360 into the Xbox One era, PS3, PS4 era, and stuff like that. They've just grown up with games needing to look as good as possible and things like that.
Yeah. So what?
You betrayed us!
You only asked for my name, not who I was.
Huh? You...
Want to take me on right here and now?
What should we do?
She just helped us.
Oh, yeah? And just watch her waltz away with the N Magnus? Over my dead body?
You're the one that picked it up.
Savina, you're not getting your Imperial hands on this N Magnus! Not a chance!
Are you kidding me?
Fire burst! Fire burst! Take this! Fire burst! Watch out! I'm not that innocent! Magic! Soul flash!
This is great. So they make me use him, of course. Not the other person that I have a full deck with or anything. Why would we do that? That'd be too good for me. That'd be too beneficial for me. Just make me fight a battle right after I fought a battle.
Get ready for the fireworks! On style! Blue storm!
Light flare! Chronos flow! Fire burst! Light flare! I'll finish you! Magic! Dance of light!
Is that all you got?
I think the problem is that back then, people wanted to make games look as good as they possibly could. They did, but they had limitations, so they did what they could with those limitations that they had. And yeah, back then to us, that was like some of the most amazing things we had ever seen, and we didn't expect it to get any better. But it forced them to focus more on other things. You couldn't get away with just making a game look good and not, like, releasing part of a game and finishing aspects of a game. I remember, now I have not played Final Fantasy 15 at all, but a lot of people love that game, and it doesn't appeal to me at all, but I will play it because it's on this list. But people were saying things about how, like, chapters felt unfinished and unpolished and things like that, almost that it was forced in. Why do you think it was forced in? Because they spent too much time on other stuff. The game took years and years and years and years and years and years to come out. And I could care less what it looks like. I play RPGs more than anything for the story. And I know I'm specifically talking about RPGs in this case, but I'm in general. I got all of my healing items here. Exactly, Gentatsu. That's how I feel about games. Like, even, like, I've played some first-person shooters that have had moments that have made me question things. I'm like, holy shit, this is really good. It doesn't even matter the genre of the game. A good game can make you feel something. And it can look like complete shit in doing so. I mean... But again, it really is... It's the primary focus of a lot of developers these days, is how good their game looks. And we're partly to blame. Maybe not us specifically, but what most people like out of games is exactly what they're being given. And then they complain that a game doesn't have enough story or something like that.
Burning arrow.
Alright, so I have to heal someone or I'm not going to be able to attack. But whatever, let's just go with it. Let's get some more damage out.
Get ready for the fireworks. On style. Blue storm.
And I gotta be honest, Fitz and Toaster, that's an experience I haven't had in a long time with games, is just that genuine type of experience with a game where I just played it and I just enjoyed it and loved it and wanted to share it with people. That's why I loved Undertale as much as I did, because I went into that game thinking, okay, this is something new. This is before the game was big or anyone knew anything about it and stuff like that, and they had this like huge-ass fan base. It was when the game first came out, and I played it not going in, and I couldn't put the game down. I loved it. I just couldn't stop playing it. And I have not played a game like that for a long time. I couldn't remember the last time I played a game like that. I know everyone's probably getting bored or heard it to death and things like that about Undertale, but even if it's a game that doesn't like meet everyone's standards and it's not a game for any or everyone, that's fine. The game, to me, I loved it inside and out. Okay, quick question to you guys. How do you guys feel about fighting one of your teammates in a battle and them only having like 500 HP when they're in your party, but then when you fight against them they have like 3,000 HP? Oh my god, all these healing items. Well, you know what? We're just gonna use them all.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Fire first! Take this! Fire first! Dark flare! Wind blow!
Yeah, I guess you're right, Nakurti. Having it in reverse is a little annoying.
Burning arrow.
Oh, I understand why they do it. I understand the mechanic. I just find it a little annoying that it happens so often, I guess.
This. You're gonna fry. Sword style.
Guess we're taking a picture of you.
Hold still. Get ready for a feat. Destructive dragon uppercut.
Wind blow! Chronos blow! Dark flare!
Yeah, a lot of people don't like that type of mechanic, Eltanin.
Here! Here!
Is that all you got?
You want to give up? It's too late. Destructive power, explosive battle.
You're better than I thought. Enough sparring. I say we stop now. It's no use going on. The last thing we want is casualties.
And she's not going to be going against us.
I don't belong to the Empire.
What was the point of this fight?
What? Then why did you fight us?
To see how strong you were, so now that I know that we can keep going forward.
You jumped to a conclusion and attacked me. I merely returned the favor.
I did not jump to conclusions. I specifically told him, no, don't fight her, but did that work? No.
Let's get out of here. I'm eager to know what the Queen thinks of this Magnus. Come on, Mayfie. Let's head back to the village.
Okay, Savina. Sorry I made you worry.
It's all right. Now you know better.
I did tell Callus to stop, Eltanin. Which one's a better picture?
Savina? Wait.
Hey, I think we ought to trust her. She has an attitude, but she doesn't strike me as a liar.
Yeah, I think we can trust her too. Wouldn't you say so, Lude?
If you all say so, then it's all right with me.
Good. That's that. Let's get back to the city now.
Hey, I wonder if Gildeblame actually left the island and went back to his empire. I hope he isn't waiting for us back at the palace, armed to the teeth and ready to pounce. That freak is the last person I want pouncing on me.
I wouldn't worry about it. They won't try anything drastic in front of the Queen.
I agree. The Empire wouldn't want its relations with the Nui to sour. At least not yet.
Enough chit-chat. Let's go.
I think I get to save the game. That was only an hour. I don't understand why the game makes you go through this extra step of going and praying to gain levels for the experience that you gained, and then giving this guy an item to progress your class level rather than just progressing the class level when you find it. Maybe to challenge yourself if you don't want to do it or something like that. Not yet, it hasn't been. It might become part of the story.
So this is one of the End Magnus you were talking about?
Oh my!
Your Highness!
I wonder what the Queen could have seen.
Who knows?
You think so? Oh shit!
But if the End Magnus did that to her, can't be pretty.
I agree. Do you think she'll be alright?
Yeah, this is my first playthrough.
Corellia has
Best way I can
strong
describe it
armor,
right now is just a
the
bit
willpower of
too
several men.
slow for my
So I
liking.
hear.
Ultima Ice, thank you so much for that auto host.
Whatever the End Magnus has shown her, I doubt it could damage her seriously.
Yeah. She'll be fine, right?
Hey, Savina. Why don't you tell us about yourself? The wheres and whats from before you came here.
Hmm?
What made you come here to Anue Nue? I'm all ears if you feel like talking. Hey, don't worry. I'm not suspicious of you. Just curious. If you don't want to talk, that's fine with me.
I drifted around from place to place, usually as a mercenary, protecting towns and caravans.
I love how that's the first thing everyone says about it. That voice acting,
That was
though.
more or less the life I was living for years. Then one day I came across a strange old woman.
Heed my words. The celestial tree in Anu is host to a dreadful power hidden deep within its core.
I don't know. When did Final Fantasy X come out?
Before long, you will play your part in a great struggle over this power. The struggle alone will fill a great emptiness within you and ease your pain. A new awaits you. You must go. Go and face your destiny. If you wish to return to the life you once lived as your own person.
Could only be worse if his name was Weko and he played small. I made a similar joke like that earlier. Baten Toaster.
So I thought I might as
Not
well
today,
go
but
see this
before.
tree she spoke of. I was headed nowhere. A soldier for hire, living an empty life one day after the next. It was easy to make such decisions at that time. I hardly had a care in this world.
So, this old lady told you we'd be coming?
Yes. A dreadful power lies sealed away within the celestial tree. A young girl and her companions, shouldering a great burden, will arrive to claim it. That's how she put it.
A young girl and her companions, shouldering a great burden.
Quite a story. You're a little strange yourself. Following a strange old lady's fortune and coming down here to live alone?
Nothing mattered.
Honestly, I feel like the filter, even though it was an artistic choice, is kind of hindering it. But some of the voice acting is just like, I don't know.
Nothing really mattered.
Forced is the only way that I can put
Not
it.
at all. I was just waiting. Waiting for so long.
Some characters are okay, other characters it's just
For fate
bad.
to open its doors and show me something worth fighting for.
Her Highness Queen Corellia has regained consciousness. She wishes to speak with you all.
Oh yeah, like the art style in this game and everything else is really good. The music is really good.
How do you feel, Your Highness?
I am all right. My apologies for worrying you. It seems what you told me about the legends in Diadem were indeed true. I'm sorry I doubted you.
Please don't worry about it, Your Highness. No one would have believed such a wild story out of the blue like that.
What? Is Emperor Geldoblame really trying to release that being?
It's very likely. 2 of the N Magnus have already been released, and they're in his hands as we speak.
The Magnus you brought here, it's very dangerous. If the Emperor should claim all 5 of them and release their power, Malpersio, cursed god of old, might be resurrected.
Malpersio, resurrected.
Should Malpersio return, our world would be in great peril. I will send a messenger to King Ladekan right away to discuss what action should be taken. The combined might of Anuenue and Diadem should be enough to keep the Empire at bay.
That would help greatly. We must do our utmost to stop Geldoblame while there's still time.
3 of the 5 N Magnus have been awakened. R, Lei, and Che.
The one we have is called Che. 2 more to go.
Yep, I say we go get the 4th one. We can't change what's happened.
Guys of Arcadia, Tales of Symphonia.
All we can do is find the other 2 and grab them before the Empire does.
Rays of light shooting from the Magnus pointed in 2 directions. Mira and the Empire. Which of those should we head for first?
Obviously not the
I
Empire.
say Mira. Infiltrating the Empire would be too risky at this point. We lack the resources and logistics for such an operation. I'll be coming with you, of course. Soldiers can't leave the front lines in the middle of an operation. Besides, this fight is personal.
Thanks. You'll be a great help, Sabina.
Yet another joins the motley crew. Though I have to admit, she does pack a punch.
Literally.
Stop whining, kid. Just welcome Savina to the crew. Of course, we don't even know what your plans are.
Okay. Guess I'm going to. If only Giacomo would do me a favor and pop up again.
Guacamole, why?
Save me the trouble of hunting him down.
By the way, our next destination, Mira. What exactly are we in for?
Mira is the city of illusion, a very mysterious land. Its location shifts from time to time, going back and forth between our world and another dimension.
So did I. It didn't seem like he was whining there.
You'll need to take the Trail of Souls there, a border between dimensions. But you should all get some rest before departure.
Thank you, Your Highness. I, for one, will take you up on that offer.
What you have accomplished was no easy feat. The road ahead may be even more perilous, but you're our only hope.
Help us, Obi-Wan. You're our only hope. I just stole her mattress out from under her. So I think the battle system is probably my least favorite aspect of this game. Not only am I not really into card-based battle systems to begin with, but the fact that they forced it into everything in this game. Level ups, or class ups rather, all the damage you do, your equipment, everything. Alright, let me see if I actually got any equipment. Not better than that. I didn't have a whole lot of games for my GameCube either. But I didn't make a lot of money back then either. I didn't even own a copy of Super Smash Melee. I only ever played it when my friends came over.
So, we'll be heading from Mira through the Trail of Souls. Are you ready to go? Right. Trail of Souls, here we come.
The only reason I had more games than that is because my older brother used to buy them too. Are we on an acid trip now?
Mira. It's been a while since I left. Say, why don't we take a stroll around the ship? It's getting pretty stuffy in here. Let's go. I wonder why they never came after us back in Anue. You'd think they would be chomping at the bit to get the N Magnus. They need all 5 for the Emperor's plans, don't they? Don't ask me. Maybe they don't need to worry about us anymore. Or maybe one of us is an Imperial spy.
Could just be bad translation.
This is no laughing matter. I can't help but wonder about Savina. She just seems a little... Something's not right. I know what you're getting at. She is a little on the shady side. I'll give you that. But I'm not too sure about you either.
Yeah, that might be why I feel it's forced, BGG. Whenever they're talking.
Till recently, I was indeed an Imperial officer. What do you think? Do you trust me? You really trust him, huh? I'd say you need to be more discerning. Keep your eyes open for wolves. Really? Thank you. That's good to know.
What's wrong, Callus? You look a little down.
I hate being cramped up in small rooms. Not enough fresh air. Besides, I always get a little clammy going through the Trail of Souls. I don't know why.
Hang in there. It'll pass. We don't have much of a choice now anyway. How are you doing? Well, there isn't much we can do until we reach Mira. Might as well get some rest while we can.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
What is it?
No, nothing really. Well, okay, Savina. No offense, but I don't totally believe your story. I'd say the others feel the same way.
Figures. But it's not important. I don't care whether you believe me or not. Just don't stand in my way. Friend or foe, stand in my way, and I'll take you out. You may not believe my story, but you'd best believe my warning, for your own good.
Hey, just because I don't fully trust you, it's not like I hate you.
Alright, guys. That's going to be it for me for today. I got much later of a start because I was having issues with getting my stream to start. But at the very least, we can mess with our characters and stuff like that here quick. Hey, what's up, Phoenix Blood? Now I have eggplant. I really need more cards for her. She doesn't have enough. It's gonna be a problem. What is this? Freezing axe? Ooh. Seems pretty cool. Alright guys, stick around a little bit. I'm going to find somebody to host you guys with. Thanks for sticking around. I have no idea what was going on with the stream earlier, why it was saying that I was live when it wasn't showing me as live, but hopefully we don't have that issue tomorrow. I feel like the story's starting to pick up a little bit more, and I'm getting used to the combat. Even though I'm not a big fan of it, I'm getting used to it. If the story keeps picking up, I could really see this being a really, really, really good game. At least in some aspects. Alright guys, thanks again for stopping by. I'm gonna host Ultimo here. Stop by, say hi, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.